public hearing is now called to order. This hearing is to be held as required by the provisions of Chapter 131, Section 40 of the General Laws of the Commonwealth and Act relative to the protection of the wetlands as most recently amended. Notice of time and place of this hearing was published in the Fairhaven Neighborhood News on September 11, 2024. It was also posted in the town's clerk's office. This meeting is being audio and videotaped. Persons wishing to be heard will be called in the following order. Okay. Old business. Continue a public hearing, NOI, Lake Street, New Bedford Reservoir, Lakes 1, 2, and 4, Map 3, Lot 13, Map 4, Lot 49, and Map 19, Lot 32, SE 0010595. A notice of intent was filed by James Kelly, Town of Acushnet, for the property located at the New Bedford Reservoir, Lakes 1, 2, and 4. The applicant proposes the removal at the root of invasive weeds from areas of the New Bedford Reservoir, Lakes 1, 2, and 4, located in Acushnet, using an eco-harvester. The applicant is represented by Scott Daggett, Lake Street Improvement Committee. Reviews of matters presented, votes may be taken. Due to the Mullen Rule, members Rebecca and Nelson will not be eligible to vote. I would like to entertain a motion to open the continued public hearing.
Motion to open the continued public hearing.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Scott?
Good evening.
Good evening, Bill.
So, I have a copy of the final draft of the order of conditions. Everything looks pretty good. There's no objections or any amendments that Jeff Cortiso from C&D Underwater.
Yeah.
He looked at it. He had no comment on it. The other members of the Lake Street Improvement Committee, they've reviewed it. They had no comment. They said everything looks good. And I've read it over a few times, and to me it looks good. So there's nothing that, I don't think we would come up with that would need any kind of amendment or changes to this at all. So I think as it's written, I think it pretty much covers everything.
I agree. Anything from the commission?
The only question that I have is number 1, where it mentions general operational plans. What specifically would that encompass? Pretty much maybe like what our plan of activities are going to be? Or?
Absolutely, yeah.
I would just say it's supposed to be all like your steps you're going to be doing.
An area.
I mean, the areas you're going to be using.
Right.
I mean, my biggest thing is this right here has to be on site. Your special order of conditions.
Well, does the recorded special order of conditions need to be on site or this draft copy?
So everything you're recording, including this draft copy, should be on site.
Should be on site.
Right, and the reason I say it laminated is because I've worked on the water my whole life. They get destroyed. I don't expect it to be out publicly viewed, but if we walk up and we say, hey, wasn't there an order on that? Someone can just hand it to us, or if any of the public, was there any special orders? Laminated will keep it good throughout the entire project. And
would Jeff have to keep it on him on the boat, or can he keep it in his truck, or just?
Yeah, it's fine in the truck. I just don't want it destroyed, and you know what I mean? So if we keep it nice, clean, laminated on the site, everyone has it. I mean, to keep stuff on a boat, we have enough stuff already. I've been on the water my whole entire life. The more things you have, the more things get ruined or lost. So I have no issues with him keeping everything right in his truck, or if you keep it, if you're gonna be there. I just want it on site. I want it laminated, protected, and if anyone comes up, well, why are you doing that? Well, it's in the special order. Well, can I see that? You can hand it to them. It's guaranteed it's there, and if anyone raises a question, you might not show it to anyone the whole entire job, right? So, but at least it's there.
At least it's there, yep.
Okay. The other thing I know that we had noticed too, a couple things were the 2 weeks prior to now, we got the timeline on number 3 we put in there. Everything else got kind of cleaned up a little bit. And I think we're in pretty good shape. If anyone does want a copy, I know there ain't many here from the public, but there's a few on the table. And with that being said, I don't believe anyone has any questions. Nothing going on.
Is there a copy of this in PDF format that I can forward to Jeff?
I can go back on, after we end tonight,
Yeah.
I'll stop by the office, print one, put it in PDF and send it to you.
Yeah.
Does that
What
work?
What I'll do is I'll forward this to Jeff as a PDF copy, let him know that this is the final revision. Once I've gone ahead and submitted the official copy to the registry, and I'll obtain a copy and I'll make sure Jeff has a copy of that as well.
I'll do that right after the meeting.
And I'll be attaching this to
Yeah.
the actual order when I send it out, when you come and pick it up for the hand delivery.
Yeah,
So
I'm just gonna make sure that Jeff has everything, so that he's, aware, so that he can't say, "Oh, I wasn't aware of this," or "I wasn't aware of that."
Sounds great.
All right, with that being said, I'd like to entertain a motion to pass this through.
So moved.
Do I get a
Second.
All those in favor?
I
Aye.
recuse myself,
Aye.
recused.
So we have 4 yeses and 1 recuse. Think we're all set, Scott?
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
You should get a medal, Scott.
Thank you.
Those 2, 3, 4.
Passionate about
Oh, Nelson could have voted, we only have 3.
Right, 3 and she refused.
Yep, we're still good though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
clarify.
Thank you, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Yes, it has, and I hope everything goes good.
Good work.
I hope to see you on site,
Yep.
and I'm gonna be there a lot, I don't live far and I'm retired.
Yeah.
And I'm very interested in
Looking
that.
forward to it as well, to
Yeah.
see what that process entails,
So,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing, before and after.
the results.
Yeah. And see how effective it is, and hopefully it will accomplish what we want to accomplish.
Here, here.
Scott, do you, just off, I guess, the cuff here, do you plan on printing something in the newspaper? Kicking this project off the day that you're gonna do this?
So I have a few ideas to bring awareness to what we're trying to do and the reasons why we're trying to do it. Those ideas are pretty much like little seedlings right now. I've just been tossing around, different things that I can do to, social media, local media, be it, WBSM or something like that, or Standard Times,
Yeah.
contact those kind of people, let them know, about this project, the reasons why we want to do it. And part of this part of this order of conditions,
Right.
there's a little piece of it in there that wants to bring awareness,
Yeah.
make people aware of what we're doing, so. On the Facebook page, All Things Acushnet, I've gone on there a couple times.
Yeah.
Mentioned that,
Yeah.
this is what we're doing, and, we're trying to get this done, but it's a long process, and, hopefully, as we get closer to start, I
Right,
can
we
go on
want
there.
to boost and boast this thing.
Yeah.
And educate the public
Yeah.
as much as
Well,
we possibly
A
can.
lot of it's gonna be education, because I think prevention is gonna be the best medicine to try. You may not completely eliminate it, but you can at least, slow down growth. If we can make people aware that, as you're bringing boats in and out on a trailer, clean your trailers, and,
Yeah,
be aware of what you're bringing in and what you're bringing out to the ponds, and, it'll be a process, but I think, me being a fisherman, an outdoorsman, and, having a passion for this project, we'll bring awareness to the town and the surrounding community.
The only thing is, you might want to cheat that first day. I've worked on the water my whole life, and we've never said advertise the first day, because you want everyone to go in there and get comfortable, feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you got the big media or everything else there the first day, it kind of like, everyone's nervous about how to start.
Yeah, and it
right?
may get in the way.
Correct.
It may get in the way of
So
the
it's just
process.
a thought.
Yeah, that's a good idea, delay it a day or two.
Yep.
That way it gives Jeff time to set up and get into some kind of.
Correct, get a little rhythm going and see things going instead of everyone just trying to set up and maybe in the way. Just a little thought, I mean,
Yeah.
it's something, this is your baby, right? And it's something that you've been putting a lot of work, a lot of effort into this, and all I'm doing is, like, we're all just giving you little suggestions, right? We're gonna be there, we're gonna watch yous, and like I said, it's whatever you're like comfortable with, and go with there, and also with Jeff, you know, but it's something to discuss with him, and,
Yeah.
you know, go forward.
Yeah, it's, at some point, you know, like we have some stuff that's laid out here where, you know, we need to establish, you know, where dewatering areas in our, you know, some of those other areas. Jeff's gonna have to come down here at some time before we get a boat in the water so that we can. go
Correct.
ahead and set all
And the
that
best
up.
thing to do is meet me, Mark, any of the commission members that wanna meet there, and go over the whole starting process, you know, 2 weeks prior is when you gotta have it all done, so if we can all meet there, and, you know, meet Jeff too, I mean, we've met him on, you know, Zoom and stuff, but to really meet the guy, shake his hand, and, you know, go over the whole process, I think would be really good too.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know what his availability is like, because he's out of Connecticut, and, you know, it's a little bit of a ride, you know, unless he's down in this area and he's actually doing work at a different pond. You know, again, that, you know, it's a little bit down the road, so we'll see what we can do to, you know, have him come down, you know, set up.
Is he setting everything up, right?
I believe that's his.
So if he's setting it up, even if we go there while setting it, right,
Yeah.
while he's setting up, meet the guy and see what's going on, and, you know what I mean, really introduce ourselves formally instead of over Zoom.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm hoping he'll organize that, you know, a day or two before he actually starts operations, because I don't expect him to, you know, come out there day one, do everything, put a boat in the water and start work.
Right, correct.
And you can let us all know.
Oh, yeah, we'll definitely let you know through emails, whatever.
So I was gonna add, not that you need my help, but I'm happy if, you know, some of the stuff, outreach or whatever it is, coordinating, you know,
Yeah.
because your time's gonna start getting filled up with other things, and then this, DPW, let me know, I'm happy to.
Yeah,
Pitch
and,
in.
and Chance Perks have pretty much had the same suggestion to try to get awareness out there. So, you know, maybe, you know, me contacting him and, you know, see what he recommends, or, you know, within the city of New Bedford, you know, because this is their property that we are,
Correct.
you know, doing work to. You know, maybe, you know, the city can have some input as to, you know, how to get the awareness out there.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right, well, thank you. I appreciate your time and look forward to getting this complete.
All right, young man.
Good luck.
Okay, other business.
Wait, can I just get a motion to close that public hearing?
I'd like to entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close this public hearing.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, other business. Any other business that may properly come before the commission not reasonably anticipated when posting 48 hours prior to the meeting. Future business. The next meeting of the Conservation Commission will be on April 9th, 2025. Meeting is to be held at the Police Station Conference Room located at 64 Middle Road, Acushnet, Mass. Before adjourning the meeting, Joanne is going to walk around and have us sign the papers necessary. And this is going to be common practice from now on going forward.
So motion can't sign, and Heidi abstained, so we'll just be recused. Thank you kindly.
Now I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion to adjourn this meeting.
All those in favor?
Aye.